My girlfriend said, "I'm polyamorous, meet Julian." I replied, "I don't consent." Then I ended the party, cleared room, took the spare room, wrote rules, split bills, and banned partners. By noon, I filed notice and waited. His girlfriend had news too. Original post: I am 31, male. My girlfriend Mia is 30. We had been together a little over 2 years. No kids. We rented a 2-bedroom near the river. I do product QA for a med tech company. Mia manages social media for brands. We met at a trivia night about movie quotes and split the win. It felt easy at first. My birthday fell on a Saturday. I like small things: pizza, friends, cards. Mia said she would plan it. She told me to invite 10 people and not worry. I did. My parents said they would stop by early with cupcakes and leave before the young crowd stayed late. They are both divorce attorneys. That matters later. The first odd note came the week before. Mia kept saying, "This will be a big night for us." She bought new lights and said, "The vibe will be transformational." I thought she meant grown-up party energy. I did not think she meant change our life. The day of, she was in motion. Balloons. A sign. A cake with a photo of me as a kid. She was bright and busy. Around 7, people arrived. Coats went on the bed. Music started. I felt the warm hum you get when people you like fill your apartment. At 8, Mia asked for attention. She clinked her glass with a fork. I smiled because it felt like a toast. I stood near the kitchen island. My parents were by the door putting on their coats. Mia said in a voice like she was reading a caption, "I want to honor my partner on his day and also honor my truth. I am polyamorous. I have always been. I am ready to live that now. This is Julian." She gestured to a man near the window who I had seen twice before in vague contexts. He stepped forward and waved. The room went very still. My chest went cold in a slow way. I heard my mom's small intake of breath. My dad put his hand on my shoulder. He said very soft, "Do you want to step outside?" I nodded. On the sidewalk, the air was cold. My parents stood with me. My mom said, "We can leave so you can handle this, or we can stay." I said, "Please stay for a minute." I did not cry. I could not find the muscle for it. I watched my breath make clouds and tried to hear my own thoughts under the noise in the apartment. I went back in. I looked at Mia. She was smiling and looking at me for a line. I did not give her one. I said I needed water and walked down the hall to our room. I closed the door. I sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the laundry basket. I did not confront, not then. I took my first action. I pulled out my phone and opened notes. I wrote the date and the sentence Mia had said. I added Julian's full name as she had introduced him. I wrote, "I never agreed to this." I took a photo of the party sign and the time. I was not making a case for court. I was making a record so I would not argue with myself later. I texted my parents, who were in the living room, "Can you stay 20 more minutes? I will ask people to leave." My dad replied, "We are here." I came back out and raised my hand. "Thanks for coming," I said, calm and clear. "The party is over. Please grab a slice for the road." People moved in that awkward way people move when an elevator stops on the wrong floor. My closest friends hugged me hard and did not ask questions. One whispered, "Call me later." My parents started handing out to-go napkins like they were born for that exact task. In 10 minutes, the apartment was empty except for Mia and Julian. Mia tried to take my hand. "Babe," she said, "this is a good thing. We are expanding. I wanted everyone to see that love can be big." I stepped back. "We will talk tomorrow, not tonight." I looked at Julian. "I need you to leave now." He started to say a sentence about community. I opened the door and looked at the hallway. He got the message. He left without another word. I turned to my parents. My mom said, "Do you want us to go?" I said, "Wait in the car." She nodded. My dad put a business card on the counter with a number and said, "Call if you need a list." He hugged me in a way that said, "I know how to stand with you and not fix it for you." Then they left. Mia said, "You are being dramatic." I said, "Tomorrow, noon, public place, 30 minutes. She made a sound but did not argue. I slept on the couch. I stared at the ceiling. The balloons moved when the heat kicked on, like small signals I did not ask for. Update 1: I picked a diner at noon. Bright lights, coffee that tastes like old stories. I sat in a booth. Mia arrived in a sweater with hearts on the sleeves. She looked soft and sharp at the same time. She slid in across from me. "I love you," she said. "I am not leaving you, I am opening myself. Julian is part of that. We can set rules, we can read books, we can meet his girlfriend too later when she is ready. This is a chance for growth." "You told me at my birthday," I said. "In front of my parents and our friends. With a man you brought as a surprise. You did not ask me, you told me. That is not growth, that is a press release." She rolled her eyes. "I tried to tell you before," she said. "You freeze when I bring up bigger ideas." I wanted to make it joyful. "Joyful for whom?" I asked. "For us," she said. "For me, for everyone." "For everyone except me," I said. I kept my voice even. "You made a unilateral choice that changes our relationship. I did not consent. I do not consent." "It is not cheating because I told you," she said. "It is still cheating if you decide alone and act," I said. "It is a breach of an agreement we had. It is also cruelty in timing." She leaned in. "I can show you data," she said. "So many couples are non-monogamous." "It is enlightened. Monogamy is a story from taxes and farms." "I am not a farm," I said. "I am a person who trusted you." Her face hardened. "You are closed," she said. "I thought you were progressive." "I am very progressive on consent," I said. "I am ending this." She blinked and laughed once without joy. "You are breaking up with me because I am honest about who I am." "I am breaking up with you because you used my birthday as a stage to announce a decision that included a new partner in our shared home," I said. "You did not choose honesty, you chose spectacle," she swallowed. "You cannot just end it like that," she said. "We have a lease." "We do," I said. "Here is what happens next." I slid a paper across the table. My parents had emailed me a template at 2 a.m. It was a notice of intent to terminate month to month and a roommate agreement outline. I had filled in names and dates. "I will give 30 days," I said. "I will move to the second bedroom now. We will split utilities and rent. No partners in the home. If you bring someone, I will change the locks the same day and we will talk in court, which will be boring and expensive. We communicate by text. We pick a move-out date. If you want to stay, we can have the landlord run the lease solely to you. If not, I will apply and you can go." She pushed the paper back. "You brought lawyer parents into this," she said. "I brought boundaries," I said. "This is punishment," she said. "This is me protecting myself," I said. "I am not angry, I am done." She stared at me like I had become a new object. "You will regret this," she said. I did not answer. The server refilled my coffee. I paid. I left the paper on the table. She did not pick it up. I sent her a PDF later. Update 2. I moved to the second bedroom that afternoon and put a lock on the door. I labeled the pantry shelves. I put my plates and knives in a plastic bin in my room. I took photos of every room before I touched anything. I set up a folder on my laptop called Mia Move Out. I saved the notice, the lease, the text thread, and a copy of my rent payments. Mia went loud online. She posted a long caption about being shamed for loving fully. She said her partner was afraid of growth. Julian commented with a flexed arm emoji. People who like drama climbed in. I did not reply. I blocked Julian. I muted Mia for 30 days. The next week, I received a message from a woman named Tasha. She said she was Julian's girlfriend. She had been told I was on board. She said the party made her feel dizzy. She asked if we could talk for 10 minutes. I said yes on the phone. We spoke calmly. She had not been told. She had met Mia twice. She was not okay with surprise nesting partnerships. She thanked me for being clear. She said she needed to think and would handle her side. I said I hoped she would be okay. 2 days later, a friend texted me a screenshot of Tasha's post. It said, "Honesty matters, boundaries matter." It did not name names. The comments were supportive. Julian's name did not appear on her page again. I did not cheer. I filed the image in my folder and went for a run. Mia began trying small moves. She invited people over late on weeknights. I sent a text, quiet hours 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. police. She said I was policing. I replied with a screenshot of the clause. She stopped. She left a toothbrush for Julian in our bathroom. I put it in a bag and set it on the hall table. No partners in the home, I texted. She did not respond. The bag was gone by morning. She tried money next. She said I should pay more because I was using the second bedroom. I replied with 3 lines. We signed the lease as equals. The rooms are equal on paper. The split is equal. If you want to renegotiate, we can do that after this lease ends. She sent a paragraph about fairness. I sent the bank transfer screenshot for my half of the month and did not engage further. My parents kept their distance as I asked, but answered questions when I had them. My mom said, "Keep it boring." My dad said, "No speeches in writing. Only facts." At work, I kept my head. I did my tickets. I took my lunches outside. I told one friend at the office the short version. He said, "That is a lot," and then, "You handled it." We went back to checking why a device was not syncing. One afternoon, Mia texted that Julian had lost a client because Tasha had pulled a joint contract from a small agency they shared. She called Tasha vindictive. She called me the cause. I did not reply. I was not the cause. Choices were. We set the move-out date. Mia wanted the apartment. The landlord said he would run it to her if she qualified. She did. I was relieved. I did not want to sleep in a room where a stranger had been introduced to me as a gift. Update 3, 2 weeks before the move, Mia asked to talk. I set the rule. Public place. 30 minutes, Sunday at noon, the bench near the dog park. She showed up on time in a coat with a loud pattern. She sat and looked at the dogs as if they might write her next line. "I miss you," she said. "I miss us." I panicked and pushed. I thought if I wrapped it in celebration, it would land softer. I see I was wrong. "Thank you for saying that," I said. "I have been reading about doing this right," she said. "Consent, calendars, no surprises." We could try again, but slow. We could start with coffee with Julian, not overnights. We could set veto rights. You could meet other people too. "I do not want that life," I said. "It is not a moral thing. It is a taste thing and a trust thing. I want a partner who tells me before they choose." She blinked. "You are rigid," she said, like she was trying on old armor. "I am clear," I said. "I do not hate you. I am not judging how other people live. I am saying I do not live there." She nodded and then leaned back. "I lost some friends," she said. "They picked sides." "People often pick the person whose story sounds less like a performance," I said, and immediately wished I had left that line in my head. She flinched. I added, "I hope you are okay." "We were good," she said. "You are throwing it away." "I am leaving a thing that broke in a very specific way," I said. "It cracked on my birthday. I am allowed to set it down." We sat for a minute. A dog brought us a ball we did not throw. I handed it back. "Goodbye," she said. "Goodbye," I said. Final update, it has been 9 months since the party. The apartment is hers. I moved to a place 4 blocks away with more light and fewer balloons. 1 bedroom, old wood floors, a plant that pretends to be healthy. I put a small desk by the window and a mat by the door where shoes go. Life sits in its spot. Work is steady. I like making broken things work. I joined a Wednesday night pickup game at the community center. I see my parents on Sundays for dinner. They let me beat them at cards exactly never. We talk about cooking and cases that do not need details and a neighbor's new fence. Nobody says Polly unless I do, and I do not. Mia kept the apartment and for a while the tone. She posted about living authentically. Then she posted less. A mutual told me Julian moved to another city. Another mutual said Tasha went back to school and is doing better. I hope that is true. The parts of the story that do not involve me are not mine to narrate. 3 months after the move, Mia texted once. "Thank you for being firm," she wrote. "I am learning that consent has a timing too," I replied. "I hope you are well." She wrote, "You too." That was the end. I started dating again in late summer. I met someone at a library book sale when we reached for the same worn-out cookbook. Her name is Lena. She teaches middle school science and laughs like a door opening. On our third date, I told her the short version. My ex announced a new partner at my birthday and told me we were suddenly open. I ended it. I am careful now, Lena said. Careful can be kind. We wrote our small rules in a note. Tell the truth. Ask first. No big reveals in rooms full of people. We check in once a week for 10 minutes on a walk. Sometimes we have nothing to say. We walk anyway. People ask where the revenge is. They want a scene at the party. They want me to flip a table or make a speech that turns a room. I do not have that. My revenge looked like a calm voice and a paper on a diner table. It looked like a lock on a bedroom and labels on shelves. It looked like saying no without yelling and letting other stories collapse under their own design. It looked like a breakup that did not become a saga. A nephew asked me at a family cookout why Mia does not come over anymore. I said, she wanted a life with many partners. I wanted a life with one. He said, like one bike or two bikes, and I said, something like that. He rode his one bike in a small circle and grinned like he had solved math. I kept one thing from that night. Not a balloon, not the sign, the paper with 4 lines I wrote on my phone in the bedroom while people stood in my kitchen with paper plates. Date, my birthday. Sentence, I am Polly, this is Julian. Fact, I did not consent. Action, ask people to leave. End it with a plan. It sits in a folder on my desktop called Boundaries and Other Tools. It is not a souvenir. It is a map I can open if I ever hear a big decision made about my life without me in it. If you are where I was, here is what worked. Believe the way news is delivered. If someone brings a stranger into your home and calls it love without first asking you, that is not love for you. Write down what was said. Talk in daylight in public places. Keep the money and the lease clear. Involve calm helpers early. Do not try to win a crowd. Choose the quiet that lets you sleep. I do not hate Mia. I hope she finds people who choose her version of big and she chooses theirs without tricks. I chose small and clear. It fits my hands. It fits my life. Some nights, if I walk past the old place, I look up at the window where the party lights once hung. It is just a window now. Sometimes a lamp is on. Sometimes it is dark. Both are fine. I keep walking toward a door where no one is waiting with a reveal. I put my key in the lock. I open it to a room where the only surprises are a plant that decided to live another week and a text from Lena that says, made soup. Come by. I answer. On my way, and I go.